Hey guys, just wanted to make a quick video explaining Thursday's homework. I've been getting some questions, so if this helps, great. The idea behind the Thursday homework box, and there are kind of two of them, but the one with the face next to it, is for you guys to start to be able to tell the difference between linear patterns and between exponential patterns, okay? So I'm asking that you go through those tables and figure out what is the pattern. So if you see a table like this, we go from 2 to 6 to 10 to 14. There's no number that you can multiply to go from each step to the next step here. Instead, this is an adding pattern, right? This is simply a +4 pattern, right? +4, +4, +4, okay? Over here, this table is not an adding pattern. It starts with the same two values, 2 and 6, but instead of going to 10, we go all the way up to 18. So our adding pattern doesn't work anymore. This is a multiplication pattern, right? We are multiplying by 3 here. Okay, so the big difference between linear and exponential patterns is whether we are adding and subtracting or multiplying and dividing, right? We spent a bunch of time first semester working on linear patterns and how we write equations for those. That's just y equals mx plus b. Okay, and the only pieces of information that you need are what is our slope, what is our rate of change, right? That's our what we're changing by here. And in an adding pattern here of +4, we need to make our slope +4. Okay, and then the only other thing that we need to include is our starting value. Our starting value is not the first number, it's the number that goes next to 0. Okay, and in this table, it's going to be 6. Okay, so the equation that represents the pattern that we see in this table is y equals 4x plus 6. We don't actually need that plus sign there. Okay, that part should be review. The new stuff that we're working on, exponential, is pretty similar. It just has a different equation type, right? We're not using an adding pattern, now we're using a multiplication pattern. And from your notes, you might remember that that equation is y is equal to a times b to the x. Okay, exponents are our shortcut that give us that multiplication pattern. Okay, so once again, b is our rate of change here. So instead of b in the equation that I want you to finish up with, we're going to use our constant multiplier. On this problem, it's 3. And the only other thing is we need our starting value. Okay, our starting value here is 6. Again, it's not the first number in the table, it's the number next to 0. Okay, so instead of a up here, we're going to erase a. That's where our starting value goes. We end up with 6. So the equation that models the pattern in this table looks a little different. But if you plug in any number down here, 3, 4, 250, it'll tell you what the number next to it will be. Okay, y equals mx plus b gives us this one. Y equals a times b to the x is the equation that we need for an exponential pattern. Hope that helps. Good luck on your homework. If you have any questions, bring them to me on Monday and we can work something out. Have a great weekend.